Great Monday. Welcome to the replay. Thanks for joining me this evening as I'm taking a nice breezy, smooth, dry bike ride this evening. And if you're hopping on here, let me know if you can hear me. I know there's a lot of wind, but I felt inspired to share this moment, which really is a milestone. Because if you're following our journey, we've committed 300 miles, in this case riding, for Alex's Lemonade Stand and finding a cure for pediatric cancer. So every mile, every stride, every pedal, keep pedaling. And we are contributing to children's cancer research. So why is this important for me right now? 14th of September, 4:20 p.m. Central Standard Time. Because this ride in particular marks the 300th mile that I'll have completed this month. So I've exceeded, or I will have exceeded, my 300 mile goal. Doesn't mean I'm done. Oh, no. By all means, that means I'm not done. It just means that I've set out to accomplish what I told myself I was gonna do. Told Dale the Whale, Kevin Hoover, and those that are driven in this great cause. If you can hear me, let me know. So it's not just the 300 miles, because when you put things in perspective, 300 miles to me, from a duration standpoint or a distance standpoint, is like me being in the Chicagoland area, which I am, and me driving or riding from like a crow's eye straight line would be a third of the way to Florida. So it probably will land me around maybe the top of Tennessee if I were to do 300 miles straight through. For many people, 300 miles might be very daunting, might be fearful. Not for the people that I surround myself with, because we don't look at the big goal. First off, nothing is going to compare to what the kids are going through and how they're fighting and what they're enduring during their time of chemotherapy, treatment, hospital visits. I'm trying to see who's on here. Prerna! Can you hear me, Prerna? So I've said it before, I'll say it again. I'm very grateful, appreciative to put this winning streak of miles together to honor those that can't do it. They're too weak to ride a bike, or don't have the ability, capability, don't have the strength. And so what I've done, give you a little bit of my behind the scenes strategy. As I said, 300 miles. I can do 10 miles every day. I've done 10 miles every day. Now, clearly, there's been many days where I've done over 10 miles. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Absolutely. Thank you, Prerna, for the confirmation. Sometimes you feel a little crazy when you end up talking to yourself. And I just got off of an incredible group coaching call that I've had the privilege of putting together, the Sprint accountability group. I don't know, accountability for a lot of people sounds scary too. They're like, oh, I don't know, accountability, there's such a negative connotation to that. I don't know. I'll give you some counter on that and say that accountability is not consequences, because how many times do you hear, a sports athlete, they violate a rule or a policy from the league, get caught with PEDs. Well, there's going to be accountability. How are you going to hold them accountable? Blah, blah, blah. You know what? Accountability is not consequences. It's ownership. Taking ownership to what you said you're going to do. And so, big part of our conversation tonight on our call was limiting beliefs. As I put a video together sitting in Panera. I did not have a great day today, by the way. Today was maybe not one worth repeating. Parts of it were. Great evening. That's what you do. You just ride. Ride, baby. But I'm a huge advocate when something's important, it's a priority, and you're striving to attain a goal, an achievement, there needs to be a daily process. And what you do every day matters more than what you do every so often. Because how many times have we said, oh, I'm gonna get my diet straight. I'm not gonna eat carbs. I'm gonna go keto. I'm gonna go intermittent fasting. Yeah, but the weekends don't count. That's the separator, the weekends. That's what brings you into the green. That's what drives your confidence. And so what we call ourselves in the group are promise keepers. We make a promise to ourselves, and we adhere to that promise every single day. Yeah, but you really shouldn't be exercising every day. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the simple things. I'm talking about if you know you should be stretching every day and you're not stretching, where's the ownership? So for example, taking a ride, it's getting dark clearly. My head will not hit the pillow tonight until I get 10 miles in. And just coincidentally, it's going to equate to 300 miles plus for the month of September. 2020, let's go. I could have easily said, well, I'll do my 10 miles tomorrow and I'll tack them on. Now, this is just me. This is me. I'm not suggesting that. I mean, I would recommend it because, again, what you do every day matters more than what you do every so often if you're serious and you're making it a priority. So Baxley, Hoover, this 300th mile is for you, your friends, your warrior buddies. I'm not even asking for donations right now. I'm just letting you know that you can do anything you want to put your mind to and your heart to. Who's on out there? What's the great word? So I woke up this morning. Let me tell you how I easily probably could have, well, not easily, but most people probably could have been like, hey, you know what? Let me just do 20 miles tomorrow. Start off the day solid. 5 a.m. wake up. My water's prepared, 32 ounces. Getting myself hydrated. Getting my blood circulating efficiently. Bam! Water down. Boom! Start going over the game plan for the day. Journaling the thoughts, the expectations, the priorities. Bam! Knock that out. I got my Kevlar on for the day. Maybe even this. Whoa! Maybe even a sword and shield. Carrying that around with me. Because you never know what life's going to hand you each day. Then I did my stretching and activity, about 7 minutes worth. Just treating the body right. Each morning, we have an obligation to move our body. Our body's not designed to be sedentary, but you all know that. Do you do anything about it? That's another conversation. Because what's easy to do, whoa, how they finish that? Is easy not to do. Oh, it's getting dark. Let's go, Amy. So things going really splendidly well. Lining up some calls. I had some honorable conversations on my Mondays, which I'm always excited about, really enthusiastic, if you will. Kids are getting up for school, e-learning, getting their desk time ready, getting prepared for an amazing day. Got ready for the gym, which I really shouldn't be working out right now with my wrist. For those that are still catching up, I have a wrist fracture in my right wrist, which is my dominant hand, that I obtained while riding day one, 64 miles with Mr. Dale the Whale, heading up to Wisconsin. I trust you can still hear me. I appreciate y'all for being here, by the way, and just hearing me out. Maybe you're eating dinner. Maybe you're prepping your food for tomorrow. Maybe you're doing laundry. Oh, football's on. I heard whoever the winner of that game is going to be is going to make a huge outcome in your life. Kidding. But still, people seem to just... Whoa, that was like a June bug. People still seem to be influenced by sports. Now, don't get me wrong, I love sports. We need it. We need some normalcy. But don't lose track of what's important in your own life. Don't be rooting for the name on the back of somebody else's jersey. Root for your name on the back of your jersey. Throw me some love if you agree with that one. I think that's a solid point. I'm not seeking the validation either. I'm just having some fun. 10:30 rolls around. And by the way, had a ortho appointment that I was going to get scheduled for my wrist. We can't seem to figure out exactly what, where, how, what exactly is wrong with it. But I'm pretty damn certain that this thing's got a fracture in it. 10:30 rolls around and I just start getting real nauseous. Oh gosh. I knew something was coming. Pun intended. Something coming down the pipe. I was patient. It was uncomfortable standing. Even walking around was worse. Had to sit down. The compression of me just sitting down didn't help. I almost had to swallow air to force the release of pressure. And after a few tries, the holy geyser projectile to the porcelain god. Half gallon at least. I know it's disgusting. But there went my breakfast and my 32 ounces of water plus even some spinach. I think the spinach is what did it to me. Honestly, it just didn't smell right. I trusted it though. I trusted you, spinach. Popeye told me to leverage you. He didn't tell me, he just taught me. Woo! I think should almost be there. Just waiting for my timer to go off. So, it took me out for a couple hours. I missed, well, fortunately for Rosemary, if you're on here, Rosemary, or if you watch the replay, again, if you missed it in the beginning, welcome to the replay. I appreciate you because you took over, you call it today, the 30-minute bodyweight workout, 12 o'clock, which I was not going to be able to make because of an appointment. However, the appointment didn't happen because my body wasn't happening. But I relatively quickly recovered. Got back at it. Ended up going to Panera, get out of the house. Got a call in. Set up some other coaching calls. So we're all set. I actually did a video in Panera inviting people into the amazing call that we had today. Oh, we lost visual. Hey, there's gonna be proof here. If anybody's coming up on me, I got this recorded live. So, but the topic was pretty amazing because how it correlates. Oh, gears are clicking. I think I still got some sand, some rock in these gears. I'm gonna make it though. Chuck, I think I can. I know I can. It's a steep hill. Whoo, oh my quad. So, big topic today was fear in our call. Us getting our own way. Facing limiting beliefs. We never get rid of fear, by the way. People have this fallacy that, well, you just can't have fear. No fear. Fear is the driver. Fear provides awareness, perspective, encouragement, courage. It's how are you using the fear that you have. There we go. 5 miles. I think 2 more miles and I'm at 300. I'll be riding for 40 minutes on this ride for 10 miles. I don't expect to be on here the entire time. However, if you're on the replay and you made this far and you missed it the first 2 times, welcome to the replay. Fear is an emotion we have to have. There's no question. It's like a thought. Like we can't control our thoughts that come into our mindset, our brain, our thinking. Like you can't, like if you have a fear of frustration, not a fear of frustration, a thought of frustration, it's gonna seep into your noggin. It's gonna get in there. I tell you, stand guard at the door of your mind. And the guards at the door of your mind are there to kick those thoughts out once they get in and swap them with a better self-serving thought. Here we go. Now we got some speed. I don't know if you can see this, but we are whipping now. Oh, some wood burning smell. I'll be over in 10 minutes. As you can see, there's not much light. I don't need much light because you all are my light. Oh, that would make a great Hallmark card, wouldn't it? My throat is really raspy, almost acidic-like due to the projectile vomiting. Oh. This is dangerous. Thank you. So, great call. And I appreciate those that had taken up my offer and invitation to be on the call. Here we go. Now we have some light. And that's okay. Because I truly believe, and I'm convinced, that what we're doing in the transformation game, which many people think it's health and fitness, maybe nutritional transformation, it goes much deeper than that. It's an inside game. And your outside game, your physique, your aesthetics, your body, maybe how your clothes fit, even your energy, is a reflection on the inner game. Your thoughts, your belief, your worth, your identity. And the driver is the integrity. So, if you're hopping in at any moment here, feel free to say hey. What is going on great here? What's going on great? Fran, I see you on there. Tell me what amazing is happening in your day. Another thought-provoked leader. Miss Fran Lambert, everybody. Amy Izzo, if you're still on. If you're not following Amy, talk about determination, dedication, non-negotiable, desire to win back their life, go follow her. IZZO. Go stalk her, as my boy Josh Gettig would say. Watch her journey. Watch how she's no longer giving false starts in her life. And by the way, a false start is how many times have you, let's say, oh yeah, the diet starts Monday. And we've all been there. Diet starts Monday and you're all in. As a matter of fact, you probably tell yourself that on Friday. And I was talking about this on the call. It's pretty funny. Because you can't start Friday because it's bar night. You got to go out and have drinks with the friends. And you can't start on Saturday because there's that birthday party that you've been waiting to happen. And then there's probably an after hours thing after that party. You can't start Sunday. Bears game's on. Or whatever football team that you watch. I got to watch my fantasy team. And I can't watch fantasy without having a couple beers. Yep, can't start Sunday. I'll start Monday. Monday's a great day to start because I believe there'll be no distractions. But you do it anyway. And you're feeling pretty damn good about it. Great about it. Going from good to great. Even I say that. And now I got to put $5 in my good jar because every time I say the word, quote, good, which is a mediocre word in my opinion because everybody says it. My opinion, that's just me. But if you're ever asking, man, why is it always got to be great morning and great evening and feeling awesome and feeling incredible? Because good's not a part of my vocabulary. It slips every so often. Because you know what? If you're thinking good, you're going to get good. Good. So Monday happens. You rock it. You somehow scrape by and do your meal prep on Sunday night. Wake up at the time you said you're going to wake up on Monday. Get all your meals in. Get your protein. You get your multivitamin that you forget the other 6 days of the week. You put your head to the pillow at Monday night and you're like, you know what? That was pretty awesome. I'm going to do that again on Tuesday. Tuesday rolls around. Ooh, got the brights on. There we go. Gracias. And it's a little tougher to wake up on Tuesday morning because I did so great on Monday. Maybe I could sleep in 10 minutes on Tuesday. I got the rest of my meal prep from Sunday. I can just eat that on Tuesday. That was pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of reheating it, but I could do that. Somehow Tuesday you kind of just scathe through and figure out a way to piece your meals together so that you can have that sense of accomplishment. Wednesday though, 48 hours later, I still gotta do this? No, you don't gotta do nothing. You get to do it. You get the opportunity to fuel your body and heal your body the way it should be through nutrition. That's a whole other conversation. I wish there were more streetlights up on here though. And then temptation takes over the will. And you stumble upon the junk drawer. Look, I'm like talking based on experience here, right? And then out pops out the Domino's pizza menu or whatever. Oh, I could really go for a pizza right now. I mean, I've been great so far for 2.5 days with my eating. And then we sort of forget about the reasons as to why we do it. And then the excuses get in the way. Because excuses only satisfy those that make them. And so if it only satisfies you, nobody needs to know, right? So then, order the pizza. But you can't hold back on having just 1 or 2 pieces because you've been so great for the last 2.5 days. I've earned half this pizza. See, what you have to understand is this. is that whether it's a spoken promise or a silent promise, and nobody knows that your diet started on Monday, by you breaking that commitment to yourself, whether spoken or silent, is just as detrimental either way. You break your integrity. Your dignity takes a major slashing. Your self-esteem, your confidence, down the tube. Not to say you can't get it back. But you did ask what a false start was, right? No, you didn't, but I'm just going to tell you, and I did. I don't know, maybe this is a great message for somebody to hear. Perhaps you maybe tag a friend and say, hey, if you're, and this is important to understand as well, is that I already know that by you being in our environment, in our proximity, because I know the feeling, I've been around so many amazing humans and coaches and influencers, you just know you're in the right place at the right time. However, it's not enough to be at the right place at the right time. Say with me, Rosemary, you have to be the right person, prepared with the right mindset, ready to accept change, willing to let go of what you think you know. You have to be the right person at the right place at the right time. That's when you know. All right, folks, I have officially hit 300 miles. I'm sure of it. I've satisfied my obligation. Dang, those brights are bright. I got tears in my eyes. Sad, very sad. So Dale Phelps and I have created an acronym for our new, I don't know if it's gonna be a program. I don't know if it's gonna be an environment. I don't know if it's gonna be a course, but it's gonna be a SAD course. And SAD is an acronym for Stephen Dale. Before you say, what? It's a SAD course. Yes, 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 300, baby. Woo! So, what does that mean? That means that I have a few pledges, and a pledge is somebody that says, Steve, I admire the effort you're putting into the cause. I'm not gonna ride necessarily, I'm not gonna walk, I'm not gonna jog, but I'm gonna pledge. Some have said 25 cents, 50 cents, $1 per mile that you invest the energy in. And I said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know Amy Izzo is, I believe, Amy, you're pledging your own miles of 300 miles. And Amy is also, I gotta see where the road's at. Oh. Yep. This is dangerous, but you know what? We're living dangerously. If anything happens, you're seeing it live. I mean, literally, like, there's nothing the eye can see. I should have really done this earlier. But, as circumstances would have it, there's no way I'm completing this day without my 10 miles. So Amy is contributing also $50 per house that she sells for every happy buyer and seller that she has the pleasure of having experience with. So, and Amy is a phenomenal real estate agent. So I am not going to be surprised. I believe she already has 5 or 6 homes transitioned this month. She may just have 10 or 12. So do the math. I'm still having a high from our Saturday ride, our 36 miles. And we were riding for sponsorship and donations for $36 per mile that we rode. Let me take that back. $1 per mile equivalent, equating to $36 per donor, which would equate to about $1,300. Our donation goal going into the month was $5,000. $1,300 would have made a huge boost in our overall numbers. Gosh, this is something. This is something. There we go. All right. There's usually no cars on this road, so I'm surprised that a few have already passed. So $1,300, and on top of that, the company Volvo was doubling all donations. So if you donated the $36, which many of you had, grateful. So much appreciation. Volvo would have matched it with $36, so your name would have $72 next to it. We had some really generous donations. And with that, we had over 40. We almost had 50 folks donate on our ride-a-thon for 36 miles. And we raised over $4,100 for pediatric cancer research on Saturday. Wow. I did not think that was going to happen. You want to talk about limiting beliefs? I had massive limiting belief that we were going to be able to reach enough people through our lives, let alone have 36 people that would see it and be willing to contribute the $36. You may think $36 is no big deal. But when you're saying, that's no big deal, you're probably the same person that didn't donate. There's some truth for you. So, I know people that did not have the $36 and they still donated because they found a way. Oh, we got some light coming up. I want to see you. So what are you all doing right now watching this live, which is probably, I should probably be pretty specific on the time. Maybe, what is this, about 32 minutes long now? That's my guess. How long is this live? Anybody want to stamp that right here? And if you're watching, well, I can't say that now because if you're watching this, that means you had to watch from the beginning as a replay, or you're still here with me, which means that we have a mutual respect for each other. I was going to say, if you're tired of me doing lives and talking about Alex's lemonade stand and raising money for a tremendous cause like children's cancer research, then do yourself a favor and do me a favor and just hit that 30-day snooze button, because I'm not going anywhere. I believe that people deserve more out of their life, though with that comes action and effort. Everybody wants the end result. Everybody wants to have the six-pack abs, and they want to have the 50 pounds of weight off, and they want to have that dream car. They want that promotion. They want those nice clothes that fit on that fit body. But when it comes down to it, you say you want that, but your actions tell us differently, don't they? And that is where I'm passionate, is breaking it down so simple. It's a new opportunity, folks. If you continue going through the same process, ending up in false starts because you know you can't stick to that diet, you know you won't be able to get to the gym 5 days per week, you know you can't wake up at 5:30 in the morning and that snooze button is so damn tempting to hit, you're setting yourself up for failure. I want to make it so simple that it's almost impossible not to do. The two things holding you back, that held me back many a times. Look at now, you can't even see me. But can you hear me is the question. The two things that you need in your life to have more abundance in that area that you strive for, whatever it is, so simple. It's so laughable, it's so easy. It's consistency and it's accountability. And if you miss the accountability part, go back to the beginning. Because when you take ownership and complete responsibility of what you want and how you're going to get it and the actions you're taking, you're unstoppable. Special thanks to 36 to Life, Hank Avink, who sponsored 10 miles. There we go. Time to head home, folks. Hank, oh, not done. Hank Avink sponsored our ride on Saturday for Dale and I, 36 miles. And the 36 miles just happened to align with his business of 36 to Life, a coaching program which originally I thought was for real estate agents and really expanding and elevating their business. I have nothing to do with real estate. I was involved with his program for many, many months. The education, the knowledge, the insight is worth being a part of. It's worth being in a group that has more of what you want. And again, I'm not real estate. I took away so many components out of that environment from that coaching program. And I would not have met some of the incredible humans that I know today. Gail Zintek, huge. Thank you for introducing me to Gail, Hank. Pete Pacetto. I know I would not be in the proximity of Pete Pacetto if it wasn't for Hank, somehow, some way. Dale, I would not know Dale if I didn't know Pete Pacetto. There's a lot, there's so many. I know somebody's watching me right now, they're like, hey jerk, I met you through Hank too. I know. There's Pete Weller, Sam Livingston. They're just, and again, they're all intertwined. All intertwined. So life's too short, man. Life is too short not to be connected and embrace the people that got you to where you're at. We may not always agree. There may be some conflict. But great evening. If Baxley and hundreds and thousands of children that are diagnosed with cancer every year can fight and be humbled, stand their ground, great evening, then so can we as adults. And I'm only saying that because I want everybody to get along and have fun. Be successful together. So, anyhow. Whoo! So our $5,000 goal. My wife was right. You really could talk a lot. I don't know, I just talk about things that matter to people who care. And if you're still on here, thank you. And, we have mutual interests in mind. We want to make sure that, we're gaining and we're attracting more of what we want in our life and we're repelling the things we don't want. And for that, I'm really, really grateful. to even know that, have that awareness and mindfulness to know that if I don't want more of this, then disassociate with it. How many times you gotta touch the hot stove? So anyway, 36 to life. All I know is this, is that Hank, I believe Alicia is gonna be coaching the next 36 to life program sometime in the next week or two. I'll keep you all posted. I'm going to honorably share the information and make sure that, like, it's easy for me to talk about things that work and that make an impact and will persuade us to make better decisions. I mean, what would it do for you if you were able to make more of the right decisions with less effort? And that's what I enjoy coaching. That's what I enjoy teaching. That's what really fulfills me. All right. Any final thoughts? Last thing. There's always a last thing. This might be a gut punch for people, but you know what? Let me give you something to chew on. I want you to take a reflection on where you're at right now in your life. Me too. I'm talking to myself. And the hardest thing for people to accept is that the life that they're currently living is the one that they feel that they are worth and what they deserve. I want you to chew on that for a moment. And I want you to even argue with me. Steve, this is not what I'm worth. This is not what I deserve. 2 words. Prove it. All right, make it a night worth repeating, folks. Thanks for being here. Looking forward to a second half of September, raising more funds for these little warriors. And just another amazing night to be confident, even after post projectile vomiting. Yes. If you're ready to go, say, let's go. Hug your people. One of the greatest things I've heard in my experiences with Kevin Hoover. He said he's a brilliant man, but hug your people.